Hello everyone, this is me Twinkle and I'm back again to discuss some more important questions of the week. Finally, we are here in this countdown phase and Prelims 2022 is soon arriving. I hope you guys must have geared up for the same. And here we'll discuss some more important questions that I've picked from the previous week. Without any further delay, let us start with question number 1 here and see what comes ahead. Question number 1 here says that with reference to front of package labeling system, consider the following statements. First says it guides customers to make informed and healthy choices. Second says that the food, here they're talking about food choices, okay? Let me make this clear. They're talking about informed and healthy food choices. Second says the FOPL system rates packaged food from half a star to 5 stars. Third says rating is done on the basis of salt, sugar and fat content. We need to figure out which of the statements given above is or are correct. Firstly, we'll understand the context of this question. So this has been in news recently because the experts stated that the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India's star rating system for food products may mislead the consumers, okay? That is FSSAI. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India, FSSAI, is giving some star rating to food products, and the experts say that it can mislead the consumers. Now, how it can mislead the consumers? It can actually, firstly, the concept of the star rating is like, it is just exactly, you can keep this in mind, like if you see a packet of smokes or cigarettes, you see a very blunt warning which is given right in the front of the package, right? It says that it is harmful, it is hazardous to health and can cause cancer. So it is straight away given, okay? Similarly, this system was also aiming to promote healthy eating habits amongst the consumers by giving the food product a star rating. But that star rating could also be considered as a promotional activity or as a promotional stunt done for some particular food products, okay? And that is why they broadly say that it could mislead the consumers. Let us understand more about this particular system, okay? So the star rating system will be the first such in India, a country burdened with lifestyle diseases. It aims at guiding consumers to opt for healthy food. Like I already told you, the objective of this particular initiative is to promote healthy eating amongst the consumers, right? And moreover, around 2.3 billion people, like adults worldwide, are obese. They are tackling with the issue of obesity, and it has been one of the major reasons of deaths occurring, okay, apart from all the other diseases. So that is why this is a matter of concern and these initiatives have been taken into consideration now. And next, if we see that it rates the overall nutritional profile of packaged food, okay? So one thing is about the star rating. Second, it is also rating the nutritional profile of packaged food and assigns it a rating from half a star to 5 star, okay? So 5 star is the best one, half a star, like as the star rating decreases, the quality of the food will be considered to be poor. Okay, the decision was based on an Indian Institute of Management IIM Ahmedabad's study commissioned by the FSSAI. Okay, now the health star rating, that is HSR format, ranks a packaged food item based on salt, sugar and fat content, because ultra processed foods, okay, and too much ultra processing of the food, adding to too much of salt, too much of sugars, too much of carbohydrates are a reason which is actually contributing to obesity. And that is the reason that the health star rating will rate the food based on the salt, sugar and fat content, and the rating will be printed on the front of the package. That is why we call it as the front of the package labeling system, okay? That is FOPL. Front of package labeling system, FOPL system. Okay, I hope this much would have been clear to you. Going ahead and solving the question, it guides customers to make informed and healthy choices was statement number 1, which is correct. Yes, that is the actual objective of this initiative. The FOPL system rates packaged food from half a star to 5 star. This is also correct, okay. 2 is also correct. Rating is done on the basis of salt, sugar and fat content. Absolutely right. So 1, 2, 3 all are correct. D is the right answer. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. D is the right option, right? Next, we take this question with reference to Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, that is CDRI. Consider the following statements. First statement says that India, as a founding member, initiated CDRI as a global partnership with 27 countries in 2019. Second says CDRI works on infrastructure and not disaster risk management in general. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? Okay. So firstly, we'll understand the context of this question. This is in news because of the rising concern about the heat waves hitting India. Okay. And that is why this is here, and talks have been initiated to tackle the issue. And the context is that recently the Coalition for Disaster Resilient Infrastructure, CDRI, in partnership with the United States Agency for International Development, that is USAID, okay, yeah, that is USAID, commenced the International Conference of Disaster Resilient Infrastructure 2022. So, CDRI, okay, CDRI in coalition with USAID, okay, has commenced the International Conference of Disaster Resilient Infrastructure year 2022. So that is the context of this particular question. Let us know further about this. So India initiated CDRI as a global partnership of 27 countries in the year 2019. Okay, it launched a program to help small island states develop resilience to climate crisis at the 2021 United Nations Climate Change Conference in Glasgow in the month of November. Right. So this is one thing. Further, I would want to tell you that CDRI is a body that works on infrastructure mainly and not disaster risk management. Okay. So it focuses on infrastructure, building an infrastructure which is resilient to disaster, but it won't tackle the disaster. It is not mainly or basically into disaster management, but it is mostly into infrastructure management, so as to have an infrastructure which itself can tackle the issue of disaster or any climate crisis. While CDRI is closely tracking the impact of heat waves and other extreme events on infrastructure systems, it is not specifically looking at mortality alone. Now, CDRI is working on a range of things in India, okay? Like I told you, it is not just about disaster risk management, it is mostly about infrastructure. And on what all things is it actually working? So it is working in the domain of resilience of power systems to extreme temperatures and extreme events like extreme rainfall, floods, or etc. Right? In multiple sectors, CDRI is looking at how to engage different states in making them disaster and climate resilient. Okay, so it is working upon those particular states to help them prepare themselves for such occurrences. It is actually helping the states to have an infrastructure which can bear or which can sustain such conditions, okay, and be climate resilient. Okay. Next, it says it is monitoring disasters like the heat waves in India. So it is also monitoring this ongoing phenomena, which is the heat waves, which is ongoing in India. Okay, so it is a body which is also monitoring that. So this is all about CDRI that I wanted to tell you. Now let us go back to the question and check which one could be the right answer. So it says India as a founding member initiated CDRI as a global partnership with 21 countries in the year 2019. Yes, this is correct. Okay, it has been an initiative of India itself, and CDRI works on infrastructure and not disaster risk management in general. Like I told you, its primary thing is to work on infrastructure. Matlab, it is working before the problem. It is not acting after the problem has arisen. You can remember it in that way, that it wants to tackle with the problem beforehand and not to, give assistance or give help and support after the problem is arisen. So it is proactive. That is about CDRI. Working more about, it is more about infrastructure and less about disaster risk management. Okay, so this is correct. So both 1 and 2 are correct. C is the right answer. I hope this is fine to you. Yeah. Starting with question number 3 here. Question number 3 is puzzle, maybe we can say. So it says that this rule allows judges to add or ignore any of the words in the statute while interpreting in order to protect the purpose of creating that law and give fair and equal justice to everyone. Which of the following doctrines resemble this? Now, this is a privilege, okay, given to the judge, and it is given through which doctrine they are talking about, and the privilege is defined here, okay, like it is allowing the judge to add or ignore any of the words in the statute while interpreting in order to protect the purpose of creating that law and give fair and equal justice to everyone. So this is entirely a privilege that is given to the judge, and it is given under which of this particular doctrine, whether it is a doctrine of purposive construction, doctrine of colorable legislation, doctrine of eclipse, or doctrine of basic structure. We need to figure this out. Firstly, let us consider knowing the context of this question, which is important. So what has happened that in the absence of statehood for Delhi, there has been a prolonged confrontation on the relative powers of the elected government and the lieutenant governor or union government, okay. So this particular privilege that we are talking about is given to the judges under this doctrine of purposive construction, okay, yeah. This is given under the doctrine of purposive construction to ignore certain words mentioned in the statute, okay, and this could be done using the doctrine of purposive construction. Now, what is it exactly? Let us know some important things about this particular doctrine. So, it is the modern version of mischief rule. It is actually more flexible compared to literal rule and golden rule, which tends to concentrate more on the meaning of individual words or phrases. This looks for the purpose of the law, okay. And this rule allows the judges to add by themselves or ignore any added word or phrases, okay, in the statute while interpreting in order to protect the purpose of creating that law, and moreover give fair and equal justice to everyone, okay. So that is one thing which is which the judge can use to give justice and have a fair process of justice for everyone, okay. That is all about this purposive construction, doctrine of purposive construction. I hope this is clear to you, right? So, of course, it is the doctrine of purposive construction wherein the judges can add or ignore any of the words in the statute while interpreting in order to protect the purpose of creating the law and also give fair and equal justice to everyone, okay. What is it? The doctrine of purposive construction. Now, this is what we have already discussed. I would want you to go and read about the doctrine of colorable legislation, doctrine of eclipse, and doctrine of basic structure. The important doctrines you can just immediately go through and know about them all, right? Next, we'd go to question number 4 here. Yeah, so we start with question number 4 here. Question number 4 says that with reference to sedition, consider the following statements. So mainly we are dealing in this question about this sedition, and it has been in news quite frequently. So let us see what statement number 1 says. That it says that it is a bailable and non-cognizable offence. Second says it is dealt in section 124A of the Indian Penal Code IPC. Now we have to mark that which of the statement given above is or are correct. Firstly, what is sedition? We'll know about this term sedition. For the ones who don't know, sedition is an act, or it could be said that it is an act or a speech that is encouraging the people to act against the government. So going against the government is sedition itself, okay. That is what we're talking about. And performing or being indulged in this case of sedition, it says that it could be a bailable and non-cognizable offence. Second says that it is dealt in section 124A of IPC. Right. Let us understand this context of the question here. So The context is that recently the central government sought more time to file a reply in the plea challenging constitutional validity of the sedition charge under section 124A of the Indian Penal Code IPC. Now, one thing is clear, that the charges and about the sedition, okay, the sedition charges are dealt in which particular section, like section 124A of the Indian Penal Code, okay, section 124A of IPC, remember that. So, I think statement number 2 that was given in the question itself is clear from the context. Now, to know more about this, this is just one thing I'm suggesting, like there's an article which is given by the Indian Express newspaper dated May 7, okay. So, you can just Google it. So, there's an article about sedition dated May 7. So, wherein they have made an analysis of 14 cases about sedition, okay, 14 sedition cases which has been registered in the past year from various states, and they have made an analysis of it. Just to know more about this and just to know that how and in what condition and what circumstances the cases of seditions were filed over people across different states. So, you can just take a look at that article and go through it. It's a good analysis given by the Indian Express, right? Next, let us know something more about this sedition charges, okay. So, sedition is a non-bailable cognizable offence which can invite imprisonment up to 3 years or for life and a fine as imposed by the court session, okay. So, one thing is, it is non-bailable cognizable offence which can have an imprisonment of up to how many years? 3 years, and also there could be a fine that can be imposed based on the court's session. Second is like section 124 of the Indian Penal Code, we already saw that, deals with the sedition, and that was drafted by Thomas Babington Macaulay and included in the IPC in the year 1870. It defines a sedition as every speech or expression that brings or attempts to bring into hatred or contempt or excites or attempts to excite disaffection towards the government established by the law in India will be termed as the act of sedition, okay. So, that is how it is. So, one thing, now if you don't wish to remember this complicated definition here, you can just keep that in mind, that any action or any speech that is intending or encouraging the people to act against the government is termed as sedition, okay. That's all. Now, let us go to the question and discover the correct answer here. So, statement 2 is obviously correct, like I told you. Sedition is dealt in section 124A of IPC. About the first statement, it is bailable and non-cognizable offence. It is wrong, okay. It is the other way around. It is cognizable and non-bailable, okay. It says bailable, it is non-bailable. It says non-cognizable, it is cognizable, okay. So, that is why statement 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct, only B is the correct option, that is only statement 2 is the right answer. I hope this is clear to you. Furthermore, going ahead with question number 5 here, question number 5 says that recently the State of the World's Forest 2022 report, that is SOFO 2022 report, was released by which organization? So, this is a report, firstly I'll tell you that it is released by which organization, so that when we discuss further, the idea about the discussion should be clear to you. So, this State of World's Forest report, that is SOFO 2022 report, is released by none other than Food and Agriculture Organization, okay. So, remember this, SOFO 2022 is released by Food and Agriculture Organization. The context itself is the same, that recently the report was released, and that is why this question has arisen here, okay. Yeah, so that is the context, that recently the State of World's Forest SOFO 2022 report was released by the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, okay. Let us know more about this particular agency, okay. So, what you need to know about this agency is that it is a specialized agency, okay, of the United Nations, okay. This is a specialized agency of the United Nations that leads international efforts to tackle the issue of hunger. So, basically it is dealing in tackling the issue of hunger worldwide, and also one of the goals that this agency holds is to provide quality food to people across the world so that they can live a healthy and a good lifestyle. Okay, that is one of the goals of this particular agency. Okay, to have to give people active and healthy lifestyles. And how that could be given? That could be given by giving them the regular access to enough high quality food. Okay, now with 195 members, there are 194 countries and the European Union. The Food and Agriculture Organization works in over 130 countries worldwide. Okay, so that is how FAO, that is Food and Agriculture Organization, is working towards this particular goal. I hope this is clear to you. The answer of this particular question, I've already told you that SOFA 2022 is released by Food and Agriculture Organization. D is the right answer. Okay, going ahead with question number 6 here. Question number 6 here says that with reference to the term federalism in India, consider the following statements. So, statement 1 says that preamble mentions India to be a federal state. Second says article 1 of the constitution mentions India as a union of states with federal structure. We need to mark that which of the statements given above is or are correct. Firstly, let us understand the context of this question. So, there has been a rising asymmetry between the center-state relationships, and that is why it is argued that India is at an inflection point vis-a-vis center-state relations owing to the increased asymmetry. Okay, so that is the context of this question. Let us understand that what is federalism all about and what is federalism taken as in our constitution. Firstly, no article in the Indian constitution uses the word federal. Okay, so understand this, that no article in the Indian constitution describes India as a federal state, and there is no mention of the word federal. Neither India is described as a federal state, neither the word federal is used anywhere. Number 1, the article 1 of the Indian constitution mentions India as the union of states but not a federal state. Okay, understand this one also, that constitution under article 1 seeks and defines India to be union of states with a federal structure but not a federal state. Okay, federal structure. Now, although the term federal is nowhere mentioned in the entire constitution, it is only and only used for the debating purposes in the Constituent Assembly. So that is the only significance of the term federal, right? That is one fact. Now, also, please make a note that preamble does not mention India to be a federal state. That was given in the question. One of the statements clearly said that preamble mentions India to be a federal state, which is absolutely wrong. Let us go back to the question and check. Preamble mentions India to be a federal state? No, this is wrong. It's nowhere mentioned. Second, article 1 of the constitution mentions India as a union of states with a federal structure. Yes, it is union of states with a federal structure. This is given in article 1 of the constitution, and the word federal is nowhere used in the constitution, right? And neither India is described as a federal state. That is all. 1 is incorrect, 2 is correct. Okay, so B is the correct answer. Only option 2 given was correct. That is B is the right answer. So, displayed here is question number 7 here. It says that which of the following are mentioned under 8th schedule as well as classical languages of India. So, 8th schedule and classical languages of India. Kannada, Malayalam, Odia, Sanskrit, Marathi, Santali. Okay, so here what are we expected to do? We are expected to know the languages which are common to both the list of 8th schedule languages, and also it is common to the list of classical languages. Okay, so the languages which are common shall stay, the rest of the options get eliminated. Accordingly, we will choose the correct answer here, right? So, what is the context of this question? I'm sure you must have been aware of it. It has been a controversy recently in news. Also, firstly, let me tell you how many classical languages do we have. Please make a note of this, okay? We have 6 languages that are given classical status. Okay, so there are 6 languages that are given classical status. And here also we have 6 languages, but the criteria is it should be common to both the list, or whether all of these are classical language or not. Okay. So, the context of this question is that recently a Bollywood actor made a remark that Hindi is the national language of India, and that is why the controversy has sparked out. Of course, I don't want to name the actor because it has nothing to do with our discussion. Secondly, I know you are smart enough to guess the name of the actor by yourself, right? let us go ahead. Also make a note that you need to be very clear about the terms like official language, the national language, the scheduled language, and the classical language. Okay, make sure you have a very clear idea about all of them. Okay, we've discussed this previously in brief. If you have any doubts, you can just post and I might answer you back, right? For right now, we are discussing the scheduled languages first. So the languages are the languages that are given in the question. Let us choose amongst the scheduled language first, that which are the languages given in the scheduled language list. Okay, so Marathi is there, which was given in the question also. Okay, Malayalam is there, which was given in the question also. Kannada is there. Okay, and Santhali is there, Sanskrit is there, and Odia is there. So 6 languages are there in the list of the scheduled languages, right? And now we will go and check the list of 6 classical languages, and which all languages are present there also shall be helping us to choose the right answer, right? So here we have the list of classical languages. The classical languages are Tamil, that was declared in the year 2004, Sanskrit in 2005, Kannada in 2008, Telugu in 2008, Malayalam in 2013, and Odia, that is the recent one, in the year 2014. So we have all these languages. Now, which all languages are common to both the list? See, Odia was there, Malayalam is also common, Kannada is also common, Sanskrit is also common, right? So Odia, Malayalam, Kannada, Sanskrit. It is common to the list of the languages given in 8th schedule also, and common to the list of the languages given in the list of classical languages also. But we have to decide according to the question. Let's get back to the question and verify the options here, right? See, we saw that Kannada was present in both the list, Malayalam was present in both the list, Odia was present in both the list, Sanskrit was present in both the lists, Marathi was not present in the list of classical language, and Santhali was also not present in the list of classical language. Both of these were present only in the list of scheduled language. I hope this is clear to you. So the right answer would be Kannada, Malayalam, Odia, Sanskrit. That is 1, 2, 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3 and 4. C becomes the right option. I hope this is clear to you, right? So here we have question number 8, which says that which of the following have been accorded legal status in India? Sukhna Lake, nature, all animal, birds, aquatic life in state of Haryana, and river Yamuna. Alright. So here we have to mark that which of these are accorded legal status in India. So firstly, we'll understand the context of this question, and the context of this question is that the Madras High Court stated that Mother Nature is a living being with legal entity. So this is given by whom? This is given by the Madras High Court. Also, we have to check that the legal status have been given to which of the following. Okay, so legal status has been accorded to which of the following should be known to us also. So let us check that in the year 2018, if we talk about the year 2018, so Haryana mein the status of a legal person or entity was given to the animals in Haryana. Okay, if we talk about the year 2017, Ganga and Yamuna were declared, and they were declared as living entities. Okay, and in the year 2019, if we talk, then Punjab and Haryana High Court had ruled that all animals, birds and aquatic life in Haryana has been given the status of legal person or entities. Okay, and if you take a look in the year 2020, the Sukhna Lake was declared as the legal entity for its survival, preservation and conservation. So all these are accorded with the legal status. Okay, now let us go back to the question and mark the right answer here. We'll see that Sukhna Lake has been accorded legal status. Nature is accorded as legal status. All animal, birds and aquatic life in the state of Haryana is accorded legal status, and the river Yamuna is also accorded legal status. All right, so all of them are correct. 1, 2, 3 and 4. D is the right answer. Okay, so all of them are accorded legal status. I hope this is clear to you. Going ahead with question number 9 here. Question number 9 here says that consider the following statements with respect to section 144 of CrPC. Code of Criminal Procedure or Criminal Procedure Code. It's one and the same. Now, first says that it empowers the Superintendent of District Police to issue orders to prevent any untoward incident. Second says the immediate relief against the order lies with the Session Judge of the district. We have to mark the incorrect statement. Please make a note of this. Which of the statements given above is or are not correct? Okay, in the exam also this could be tricky. Please be very careful when you read the question, whether we have to give the answer in terms of the correct statements or in terms of the incorrect statements. Here we have to mark the incorrect one. Firstly, let us understand the context of this particular question. So recently what has happened that in the state of Uttarakhand, okay, this administration imposed a section 144 CrPC in Roorkee to prohibit any assembly of more than 4 people, okay, in a Dharam Sansad, okay. So this was a measure that was taken to avoid any untoward situation, okay. Now, learning more about this section 144 of CrPC. So it gives power to the district magistrate, okay, and subdivisional magistrate or any other executive magistrate empowered by the state government, okay. Make a note that district magistrate, subdivisional magistrate or the executive magistrate who is empowered by the state government to issue the order so as to prevent any untoward incident that can actually spoil the law and order in that particular area. The order remains in force for not more than 2 months. Make a note that the order remains in force for not more than 2 months, and if the situation is not yet settled, it can be extended for further 2 months, and the maximum that it could be extended is up to 6 months, okay. So the order remains in force for not more than 2 months. The state government can extend the same by another 2 months, okay, subject to a maximum 6-month period, okay. So this is one thing. And who can have the extension? The state government. Also, to normalize the situation, okay, and to get the order back and to have a relief from this order, who's going to take the initiative? The state government, okay. So the state government can withdraw the order at any point of time if it feels, only and only if it feels that the situation is back to normalcy. I hope this much is clear to you about this section 144 CrPC. Let us go back to the question and check whether the statements are correct or not. We have to mark the incorrect ones, okay. So first says it empowers the Superintendent of District Police, okay. Superintendent of District Police, no, it empowers the district magistrate, the subdivisional magistrate and the executive magistrate who is authorized by the state government to issue the order. So this becomes incorrect. Now the second statement says that the immediate relief against the order lies with the session judge of the district. Lies with the session judge of the district? No, this is also incorrect. It lies with the state government, okay. It lies with the state government. I hope this is clear to you. So this is also incorrect. This is also incorrect. Both 1 and 2 is the incorrect statement. C is the right answer, okay. I hope this is clear to you. Starting with question number 10, here we see that with reference to Indian Computer Emergency Response Team, that is CERT, in consider the following statements. First says that it is the national nodal agency for responding to computer security incidents. Second says that it derives its power from the national cyber security policy, okay. We have to see that which of the statements given above is or are correct, alright. Now, what is the context of this question? Like we have been discussing, and we know that India is at a leading position as far as the cyber attacks is concerned, okay. So that has become a matter of concern, and that has been one context. And another one is that the recently Indian Computer Emergency Response Team CERT has issued the guidelines, new guidelines for cyber incidents, okay. So it is all relevant to that particular context only. Also, let us understand something more about this CERT, that is Computer Emergency Response Team. So this is a nodal agency, okay. Computer Emergency Response Team is a national nodal agency, alright. It's a national nodal agency which is responsible and which is dedicatedly there to respond to incidents about computer security, respond to incidents which are relating to computer security as and when they occur. Now, next we see that it is empowered under Section 70B of the Information Technology Act. Please remember this, that is, it is deriving its power from Section 70B of Information Technology Act, 70B of IT Act. Please remember that, okay? Section 70B of IT Act. Because in the question that was given something else, we'll just go and take a look, okay, at that too. So CERT is empowered under Section 70B of the Information Technology Act to collect, analyze and disseminate information on cyber security incidents, okay. So let us go and check the question here and the options here, right? So statement number 1 here says that it is a national nodal agency for responding to computer security incidents. Yes, it is a national nodal agency. This is correct. It derives its power from the National Cyber Security Policy. No, this is incorrect. It is deriving its power from Section 70B of IT Act. I hope this much is clear to you, right? Section 70B of IT Act. So, yeah, this is correct. Second is incorrect. Only one is the right answer. That is option A is the right answer. All right. I hope this is clear to you. Alright, so that's all for today's discussion of the questions of the week. But before I take a leave, I would want to drop this question for you guys. You have to, give the correct answer in the comment section below. Please read out the question. It says that recently the boom and bust report was in the news. It is released by which organization? Whether it's released by World Bank, World Economic Forum, Global Energy Monitor, the International Atomic Energy Agency. So which of the following body is releasing this boom and bust report? Okay. So I hope you guys get to know the right answer. If you get to know the right answer, please comment it in the comment section below. Also, please be very careful. Take care of yourself. Take care of your health as the heat waves are around. Have good precautions, okay, and that's all from my end today. Also, for the ones who are appearing for this Prelims 2022, wishing you the best and sending you lots of good wishes. Take care of your health, stay calm, okay, and that's all. So I'll take a leave, and this is me, Twinkle, signing off. We shall meet next week with some more important questions of the week. Thank you so much.